Hey everyone, Rich Gasaway here. I'm planning the biggest situational awareness event I've ever done. September 26th is National Situational Awareness Day, and I'm taking that a step further and declaring September to be National Situational Awareness Month. I'm looking for program hosts to help fill the month with events throughout the United States and Canada. So if you're interested in helping me make this a success, please contact me through the Contact Me tab on the SAMatters.com website. If you want to train your members online, you can do that now too by enrolling them in the Situational Awareness Matters Online Academy. The Academy will teach your members everything they need to know about situational awareness and high-risk decision-making for a crazy affordable price. If you enroll 31 or more of your members, the cost is just $49 a person. Why did I set the price so low? Because I don't want any department to say that the cost was the prohibiting factor in getting their members trained on this vitally important topic. The Academy just opened for enrollments, and I've already got more than 700 students in the Academy taking the class, and getting some great feedback from the students too. Did you know that issues related to situational awareness are consistently identified as contributing factors in near-miss, injury, and fatality events? Please, don't wait until your agency has a critical injury or fatality incident. Please don't wait. I get to work with many departments that have experienced critical injuries and fatality incidents, and they're some of the most hurting organizations you can imagine. Please, I don't want that to happen to you. Seriously, I can take your understanding of situational awareness and high-risk decision-making to the level it needs to be. Visit SAMatters.com, click the green button on the right side of the homepage, labeled Online Academy. To our premium enrolled students in the Academy, they get to participate in a monthly webinar where I have guests talk about important safety topics. This month's webinar's guest was Joe Pernesti, talking about how to incorporate simulations into your command training. The next webinar is scheduled for July 16th and will feature former Washington, D.C. Fire Chief Dennis Rubin talking about crew resource management. Premium enrolled students will get a notification sent to you in the course room along with your login credentials. Okay, that's enough pre-show stuff. Roll that podcast intro. Today's episode is sponsored by Midwest Fire. For more than 20 years, Midwest Fire has been manufacturing high-quality tankers, tanker pumpers, and fire rescue vehicles in the United States and Canada. Keeping firefighters safe while enhancing their capabilities is what they do best. To learn more, go to MidwestFire.com.
This is Fire Chief William Ball from the Williamsport Fire and EMS, and you're listening to SA Matters Radio with Dr. Richard Gasaway. The SA Matters mission is simple. They want to help us see the bad things coming in time to avoid bad outcomes.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the 168th episode of the Situational Awareness Matters radio show. I'm your host, Rich Gasaway. The purpose of this show is to improve situational awareness and decision-making for individuals and teams who work in high-risk, high-consequence, time-compressed environments with changing conditions. The SA Matters mission is simple, to help you see the bad things coming in time to avoid bad outcomes. If you're new to the podcast, you have some homework to do by going back and listening to the past episodes. I've released a new episode every Tuesday, never missed a week, for over 3 years. And I do that for you, the listeners of this show. You inspire me to work hard for you. I've been sharing the message of situational awareness and high-risk decision-making in live program events for over 12 years now, and have trained just over 59,000 first responders. I'm here for the long run, and for so long as I'm able, I'll continue to share this message, a message of hope, a message of inspiration, and a message of encouragement for all first responders who want to make sure they're able to develop and maintain strong situational awareness and make quality, high-risk decisions. I'm dedicated to helping to improve your safety and your survival, and helping you to accomplish the most important goal of all, to go home to the ones who love you. And speaking of the mission, I'm coming to you again today From the Woodlands, Texas Fire Department, where I'm in town to deliver a week-long Company Officer Development Institute program for the officers and aspiring officers of Woodlands and the neighboring fire departments here in the Houston Metroplex. Thank you to Deputy Chief Rick Wyndham and Deputy Chief Jerry Bittner, who's also a student in the class this week, for setting up this program and for the wonderful hospitality. A special thank you to Fire Chief Alan Benson for giving the class some valuable time and sharing your lessons on leadership. That certainly was a tremendous value add for the students this week. One of the questions I get asked a lot by readers and listeners are, when are you coming to my area? I want to attend a program. Or where are you going to be next? Great questions. And the answers are really easy to find out. There's a link to all the upcoming events right on the homepage of SA Matters. Just click the blue box on the right side of the homepage labeled Upcoming Events Schedule. If you want to save some money by hosting a program, and who doesn't want to save some money, right? Here's a tip for how you can do that at a reduced cost. I host what I call companion programs. These are programs on adjoining dates to other programs. So if you see I'm delivering a program within a couple hours of your department and you think you might want to tag along as a companion, contact me. You can save as much as 20% off a program cost by being a companion to an existing program. And I do about 30 of those each year, and no one ever complains about saving money. That's what I call a win-win situation. Before I dive into today's feature segment, I want to take a moment to talk about this Company Officer Development Institute program that I created back in 2009. Some of you know my second passion after situational awareness is developing the leadership skills of company officers, something I did a terrible job of when I was serving as a fire chief. I was guilty of promoting officers before they were prepared to lead others, and that was my fault. Then I got frustrated at them when they didn't do a good job of leadership of their crews and in their stations, and that was my fault too. So I partnered with Indianapolis Fire Captain Patrick Harper, and we created the Company Officer Development Institute. This program has been customized to run from 2 to 5 days, and no matter the length, there's no PowerPoint. Did you hear that? No PowerPoint. Can you imagine a week-long class that doesn't use PowerPoint? Is that even possible? Not only is it possible, but it's a better way to learn the skills essential for good leadership. When adults are engaged in the process of learning and not just being lectured to, learning can be fun. And more importantly, the lessons stick. We share practical, actionable, best practices for leadership, mission myopia. Mission myopia should not be confused with tunnel vision or task fixation, because like the previous, it has its own set of factors contributing to flawed situational awareness. You are likely to suffer from mission myopia when you believe the mission that you are working on is critical to a desired outcome. For example, extinguish the fire or rescue the victims. If caught in a mission is the only thing that matters mindset, you can completely miss the presence of critical clues and cues indicating danger. But more importantly, you may choose to consciously ignore the critical clues and cues. I've interviewed many first responders who found themselves in a tight spot, and obviously they were able to get out of the spot because they lived to be interviewed, who had told me that they knew the conditions were bad, very bad, yet remained loyal to the mission and plowed forward into the danger. And the stories of many of those I interviewed were remorse that they chose to ignore the critical clues and cues of danger. Some of these interviewees suffered injuries. Others had colleagues who paid the ultimate sacrifice. In nearly every example, the mission the responders were committed to was never accomplished because the catastrophic outcome occurred prior to mission accomplishment. Looking back, the responders tell me that the outcome was, in hindsight, predictable. When questioned, some struggle to even provide a plausible explanation as to why they committed themselves to a predictably failed mission. Some offered explanations like, making entry is what we always do, or I never gave any other plan of action a thought. I was single-minded. Indeed, single-minded. Mission myopic. I define situational awareness as a person's ability to perceive and understand the information in his or her environment. with consideration to the passage of time, and then in turn being able to accurately predict future events, hopefully in time to prevent a bad outcome. To perceive your environment, you must pay attention to your environment. Perception allows nerves in the eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and skin to gather information and send that information into the brain for analysis. When your attention is impacted from tunnel vision, task fixation, or mission myopia, your ability to capture and comprehend the information will be impaired, and situational awareness will erode. Remember, no matter what you are doing and no matter how bad the situation may appear to be, you are operating in a larger environment of clues and cues that form big picture, or what I refer to in my classes as incident-wide situational awareness. Take time to look up and around. Be inquisitive. Ask yourself questions like, how does the bigger picture fit into my understanding of what is happening? How might the conditions impact how I complete my task? Are you going to be able to get your task accomplished safely before conditions overrun you? Does the mission fit the current conditions? Does it make sense to be doing what you are doing or about to do? How does your micro-level mission fit the broader incident-wide mission? How are the tasks being completed by others or not being completed by others going to impact you or your team? Do not take your ability to form a macro level, in other words, big picture awareness for granted. It requires conscious effort, especially when being impacted by the attention deficit afflictions discussed here. Macro awareness can help improve your situational awareness because, when done consciously, it forces you to capture and comprehend critical clues and cues that might otherwise slip right past you. Here's his affliction with tunnel vision. When suffering from stress-induced tunnel vision, the ability to capture, process, comprehend, and recall critical clues and cues can be impacted, which challenges the accuracy of situational awareness. You simply cannot be aware of your environment when the majority of your visual field is proverbially blacked out. Unfortunately, tunnel vision is not an affliction easily controlled because it results from a series of chemically induced reactions that are designed to help narrow your focus down to one area where the brain perceives the greatest threat to your existence is. Task fixation. Task fixation is often confused with tunnel vision, yet it arises from a completely different set of circumstances. To perform a task, especially a physical task, requires you to pay attention to that task. The more labor-intensive the task, or the more novel the task, the more attention that is required. As attention is given to a task, it is easy to lose awareness of the bigger operational picture. In other words, there's a lot of information, clues, and cues available in the larger environment surrounding you while you are performing your micro-level, hands-on task. However, when all of your attention is on that task, it is easy to lose sight of how important the bigger operating picture is. The lesson was learned, albeit some would purport the hard way, in aviation as technology was introduced into the cockpits. The technology provided pilots with massive amounts of data on electronic displays. Trying to navigate the displays required a learning curve for the pilots, coupled with the fact that some pilots simply did not trust these newfangled gadgetry. This caused some of the pilots to go heads down on the technology and completely lose awareness of the larger environment and other critical clues and cues. This contributed to some aviation incidents and less than happy outcomes. Suffice it to say, when your attention is focused on one task while lacking in awareness of the larger environment and the critical clues and cues present, that could indicate danger, and your situational awareness can be eroded. If you've experienced or witnessed a near miss and would like to have a platform to share your lessons learned with others, please contact me by visiting the samatters.com website and clicking on the Contact Us tab on the top of the homepage. Think about it for a moment. The lessons learned from your near-miss event could save the life of another first responder. If you want to share your experience, contact me. Okay, as I always do, I want to take a moment to thank the departments and organizations that have hosted some great training for their members on situational awareness. I do this to show my appreciation to the organizations who have put forth the effort to organize, advertise, and fund great training experiences for their members and others in their region. Your efforts to bring this valuable and powerful training on situational awareness and high-risk decision-making to your regions are greatly appreciated. Recent tour stops have included the FDNY Incident Management Team, the Ontario Fire Chiefs Association Conference, the Ontario Fire Training Officers Association Conference, the Hartford, Connecticut Fire Department, the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard, the Colorado Springs Fire Department, the West Des Moines Fire Department, the Beaver Lake Fire Department in Arkansas, and where I am now presenting the week-long Company Officer Development Institute program for the Woodlands Fire Department in Texas. When I get home from the Woodlands, I'm going to take my annual trip to the Boundary Waters Canoe Area Wilderness. This is the highlight of my summer and something that I've done every year for the past 15 years. I feel very blessed to have some exciting presentation opportunities on the horizon, including July 5 to 11, I'll be in Norfolk, Virginia, July 22, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, July 26 and 7, Charlotte, North Carolina, August 1 in Cleveland, August 2 in Nashville, Tennessee, August 4 and 5, Evansville, Indiana, August 10 and 11, Richmond, Washington, August 22 to 24, Lexington County, South Carolina, August 26th and 7, Houston, Texas, and August 30, Boston, Massachusetts. If you're interested in hosting a Situational Awareness Matters tour stop program, there are only a couple dates left in 2017, unfortunately. And I'm actively booking programs now for 2018. So if you think your department or your association or your region or your state or your company, yes, we do programs for business and industry too, would be interested in hosting a program, contact me through the samatters.com website. Click on the Contact Us tab. We'll get something set up for you. It's not a hard process, I promise. If you want to see the locations of all the upcoming Situational Awareness Matters tour stop events, head over to the SA Matters website. Click on the blue box on the right side of the homepage labeled Upcoming Events Schedule. The schedule is always changing, so check back often. The last time I delivered situational awareness programs in southwest Minnesota, I stopped by and visited the sponsor for this podcast show, Midwest Fire. Midwest Fire makes all poly-bodied fire apparatus that's changing the industry. You seriously need to check them out at MidwestFire.com. I got a chance to sit down and talk to a few of their employees about what separates Midwest Fire from their competitors. I asked account executive Dalton Lingbeck about why Midwest Fire doesn't have a dealer network. Okay, Dalton, I got a question for you. No dealer network. What's up with that? Are you guys just not big enough to have a dealer network, or what's the strategy here for not having a dealer network for a fire truck manufacturer? That's a little bit out of the norm.
Yeah, no, it's not that we're not big enough. It's really because we actually had people that have come to us and want to be dealers for us, and it's more of a strategy for us to be more direct with the customer. We really want to have direct communication with them, and with the benefit for them as well is that they have direct communication with manufacturing. So really the beautiful thing is that when customers call us and talk to us about trucks, they're talking to an account representative at the facility. So if they have questions that we can't answer, we're 10 steps away from engineering, we're 20 steps away from production. So getting the answers to their questions is really efficient and really easy. It really keeps costs down as well. When you deal with the big guys and they have big dealer networks, they have commission structures for their dealers. You're dealing with a middleman, where we don't have those costs. So we look after our customers, make sure that their trucks are affordable, and we make them even more affordable with not having those dealer networks. And then finally, miscommunication is minimal, basically because, like I said, you're dealing with us at the manufacturer facility. We make contact really efficient, and it's just direct, so it's really nice.
Yeah. So if I go to a conference and I see a manufacturer, they have some trucks there, and their booth is just swarming with people, and I'm not guessing, I know those are all their dealer reps. And then I walk over to Midwest Fire, and I see your apparatus on display, and I see some of your people there. Those aren't dealer reps. Those are people from right here in Laverne, Minnesota, that have gone to the conference, and you're talking to the direct people that are going to watch that truck being built beyond the walls that we're sitting in.
Exactly, yeah. So we don't bring anybody else except people that work and are employed by Midwest Fire. You'll see in our booth, you'll see a variety. You'll see the account representatives, so your sales guys, and then you'll see some years we bring engineering, some years we bring people from the shop, on the shop floor, from production. Our CEO, Sarah Atchison, is there every single year. You can talk to her. We bring people from the office. It's just... everyone you talk to is directly here at the facility in Laverne, and it's nice. Yeah.
So if you're wondering what differentiates Midwest Fire from their competitors, there you have it, right from the horse's mouth. So check them out at MidwestFire.com. Thank you, Midwest Fire President Sarah Atchison and all your staff for your awesome commitment to improving first responders' safety. I sincerely appreciate your support of my mission. If you're not a member of the SA Matters community of learners yet, consider joining. There are over 5,000 members connected here on SA Matters, sharing ideas about how to improve situational awareness, how to make better decisions under stress, and how to train members to be critical thinkers and resilient problem solvers. Membership is free, and when you sign up, I'll send you a special report I've created for new members called 25 Best Practices for Improving First Responder Safety. Joining also gets you my monthly email newsletter that contains featured content from the blog and podcast. It's truly the easiest way for us to stay in touch with each other. If you're not a member yet, head over to the SA Matters website, click on the red box on the right side of the homepage that says Free Membership. If you want to get connected with me on Twitter, you can follow @RichGasaway on Twitter. On LinkedIn, you can search for Rich Gasaway. On YouTube, you can watch my videos on SA Matters TV on YouTube channel. And on Facebook, you can follow or like the SA Matters page on Facebook. Well, that's it. Episode 168 is complete. Thank you to our awesome podcast sponsor, Midwest Fire. Thank you to all of our live event hosts. Thank you to our more than 700 online academy students. And thank you, our listeners, for sharing some of your valuable time with me today. I really appreciate your support of the SA Matters mission. Be safe out there, and may the peace of the Lord and strong situational awareness be with you always.
You've been listening to the Situational Awareness Matters radio show with Dr. Richard B. Gasaway. If you are interested in learning more about situational awareness, human factors, and decision-making under stress, visit samatters.com. If you are interested in booking Dr. Gasaway for an upcoming event, visit his personal website at richgasaway.com.